Well, when you say a player has done it all in hockey, you must be talking at least one very popular and very talented guy. Two-time AVCO Cup champion Murray Hall. Now, Murray Hall has probably seen more and done more in hockey than most people will ever do. Right winger, 5'11", 175. And again, he comes from the hockey hotbed. Every time I mention this community, it's with pleasure. Kirkland Lake, Ontario. Again, one of the best communities for sports athletes in Canadian and probably world history. Tenacious, strong, no matter, always there. Now, he was a very talented player who first came to major prominence with the outstanding St. Catharines TPs of the OHA. In 61, the TPs were a Chicago affiliate. He had 76 points in 48 games, but also played with So Thunderbirds of the EPHL in the playoffs that year. He finally got the call up to Chicago in 62 with 2 games, but played mostly in Buffalo that year with 20 goals in 68 games. 63, he played 71 games where he had 29 goals and 98 points for the Braves, but was called up as an injury replacement in the playoffs, playing 4 games in the 63 Cup run for Chicago. 64, he had 2 goals in 23 regular season games with Chicago, and he had 17 goals with the Braves. 65, he found himself in Detroit system, where he played with the Pittsburgh Hornets for a majority of 65 with 62 points in 72 games, but was called up for 1 game in the playoffs in their Stanley Cup run. Now, 66, he played 1 game in the regular season and 1 game in the playoffs with Detroit, mostly with Pittsburgh that year with 28 goals in 70 games. 67, he played 12 games with Detroit, 4 goals and 3 assists, but spent the majority of that year with Pittsburgh of the AHL and LA of the WHL. Now, with expansion, he got back to the NHL in 68 with Minnesota, 2 goals and assists for 3 points in 17 regular season games, but also played with Memphis and Rochester of the CHL and AHL respectively, where he had 20 combined goals. 69, he found himself with the original Vancouver Canucks of the WHL, where he put up 65 and 82 points. Now, when the Vancouver Canucks got their NHL franchise, he carried over. He had 59 points in 77 games, which technically wasn't his rookie season, but was close enough, as we say. Now, 71-72, he found himself split time with Vancouver and Rochester of the AHL, 12 points in 32 games with Vancouver. And being an early hero in Vancouver, we knew something was going to go on when the WHA came calling, and that's what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, he put up some really nice numbers on their teams, especially when Gordie Howe arrived. He scored 28, 30, 18, and 20 goals over 4 seasons, won 2 AVCO Cups in 74 and 75. Best season was 74. We had 58 points in a regular season, including 30 goals, 15 points in the playoffs, including 9 counters, and really helped out the big first and second lines for Houston, because Gordie Howe really appreciated his talent. He said in published reports, having such an experienced player on the team really helped out. And, Houston was the closest that the WHA had to a pure NHL-style franchise, because they were just as good at home as on the road. Now, his last season with Houston, he put up 20 goals and 46 points in 80 games before finishing career with the Oklahoma City Blazers of the CHL, where he had 21 points in 30 games in 77. Now, this is what kind of weird, ladies and gentlemen. He was an elite minor league scorer, even outscored Phil Esposito on his line in the EPHL in 63. But he was having a hard time to make the next step, the NHL. Now, Detroit took him in the interleague draft. Minnesota took him in the expansion draft. But after his rights were dealt to Toronto, the WHL took over his rights, and that's allowed him to join the Canuck franchise, for that first season. And with the expansion of the WHA, he was there. So he spent years and years and years trying to prove to everybody he could be a constant scorer at the major league level, and here you have 2 AVCO Cups playing with Gordie Howe. And again, a very jovial guy, very well respected. Final WHA totals, 221 points in 312 games, 96 goals. Playoffs, just tremendous numbers. 38 points, including 21 goals in 54 games. NHL totals, 83 points in 164 games. And of course, those weird short playoff runs where he played 2 seasons in the playoffs for Chicago and Detroit and then played in a regular season game. So, and of course, 66, he played 1 game in the playoffs after only playing 1 game in a regular season. So he's jerked around there by a lot of situations, but he held in there. So that's the legend of Murray Hall. Again, if you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, or subscribe. And it was just Murray's 80th birthday in November, so happy birthday, Murray. Hope your family and friends are as proud of you as we in the media are. And don't forget, AVCO Cup rings are tremendous things to show off at Christmas. So if you have an opportunity to show them off, don't be scared to wear them, because we all love a champion, and you were there not once but twice. Have a good evening. Bye.